Hi, and welcome to another Two-Wheeled Wednesday, the first Two-Wheeled Wednesday of 2023. Yeah, it's a new year. Happy New Year. Hey, if you could pick one cycling highlight from last year, what would that be? You can tell us in the comment section right down here. For me, 2022 was a fantastic cycling year. I had a lot of great times on two wheels, and hopefully you came along for the ride, either physically or virtually. But without a doubt, the highlight of the year was riding single track in 6 western states in 6 consecutive days, the first 6 days of October. It was great. It was a mountain bike odyssey. It was a week-long, 2,000-mile road trip with 2 dogs and a brand new bike. And here's how it went. Yes, I used this trip as an excuse to buy a brand new, full suspension mountain bike. Before this, my newest bike was made in 1992, so it was definitely time for an upgrade. Tony, my friend the UPS driver, showed up the day before I was scheduled to leave. By that afternoon, my new bike was all put together and ready to go. My plan was to meet up with some college friends at my alma mater, Utah State University in Logan, Utah, and from there take the long way home, the really long way home. But a wise man once said something along the lines of, a journey of 2,500 miles starts with a single step and loading up the car. The drive to Logan took about 2.5 days. We made it to Klamath Falls the first night and to Wells, Nevada on the second night. The girls seemed to take right to hotel life. The next afternoon, after a couple stops in Ogden, we rolled into Logan. The girls and I hung around with friends for a couple days, and I also got a quick ride up Green Canyon. Green Canyon is one of the more popular mountain biking spots near Logan. You start from the parking lot, climbing on a gravel road. A trail runs parallel to the road, and there's access to it periodically along the climb, so you can catch it and ride downhill on nice single track all the way back to your start. It was a great weekend catching up with friends. Some of them I hadn't seen since Jimmy Carter was president. We got a laugh out of that. But the next morning, my fuzzy co-pilots and I were off. Next stop, Jackson, Wyoming. Just outside of Jackson are the Cache Creek Trails. It was a beautiful ride through the aspen trees that were just turning gold. The trail was a little rough in spots, but, I was in the Rocky Mountains after all. All in all, it was a gorgeous ride. After my ride was over, we stopped in Jackson, tooled around Jackson a little bit, and then drove over Teton Pass to the cool and fun little mountain town of Victor, Idaho, where we spent the night. The next morning, we were up and on the road early, and we made it to Butte, Montana that afternoon. In the city of Butte, there's a large butte called, not surprisingly, Big Butte. There's a system of trails that wind around Big Butte and wander around the surrounding lands. What they say about Montana is true. It is big sky country. And for day 3, I rode around Big Butte under Montana's big sky.
intro stop video.
Butte was a cool town with a funky kind of college vibe and a nerdy sort of way. I liked it. The next morning, though, we were off to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho for day number 4, ride number 4. On the northeast side of Coeur d'Alene are the Canfield Mountain Trails. They're multi-use trails, and the day I was there, they were pretty rutted from motorbike use. It was a steep, loose, long, hard climb. But at the top, I was rewarded with a spectacular view of Lake Coeur d'Alene, and that was followed by a really fun and slightly technical downhill back to the parking lot. Those trails were quite a workout, and I still had a long drive ahead of me that day. And about 200 miles and almost 4 hours later, we rolled into Walla Walla, Washington. About 30 miles west of Walla Walla is the Wallula Scablands Trail Network on the banks of the Columbia River. It's definitely rugged and strangely beautiful. The riding was challenging at times, but it was always fun. From Walla Walla, we drove to Bend, one of mountain biking's major international destinations, with trail systems seemingly everywhere. The next morning, the girls got to go to a doggy spa while I headed to the nearest trails, the Maston Trail Network, between Bend and Redmond, Oregon. The Maston trails are flat and fast. It was a welcome break from the 2 tough days before. They're not real well marked, but thanks to my online trail map app, I found my way and had fun zooming around for a good couple of hours. There. So I want to go that way. Okay. And that was it. I managed to ride single track in 6 states in 6 days. I picked up the pups from doggy daycare and we headed home. Would I do it again? Most definitely. All right. Well, that was some trip, huh? Hey, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this week's Two-Wheeled Wednesdays. I hope you're enjoying these rides. I know I am enjoying them. This was number 9. So if you did enjoy it and you want to see more, there's probably a button on this screen somewhere that you can click to get to the other 8. Or, maybe by the time you see it, there's another 10. Who knows? Next week we'll be doing a road ride. We're going to ride out to the almost westernest most point on the continental United States. See you then. And remember, life is twice as good on two wheels.